Shalom. I'd like to say our praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, the one to pass of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. My name is Kanoa from Great Millstone, Toronto, and it's going to be in regards to the Mardi Gras Indians at the Super Bowl 2025. A lot of things was going on, a lot of enchantments, a lot of rituals, and that's why where the Super Bowl took place was at the New Orleans Saints Arena, known as the New Jersey Saints, as a professional American football team based in New Orleans. The Saints competed in the National Football League as a member of the National Football Conference South Division. It says area status, the area stadium, Caesars Superdome, and their fight song is known as When the Saints Go Marching In, right? So this is all spiritual, and they had the Indians, because you had the whole you had these guys, the Chiefs, and then the Eagles, right, in Philly, and then you had I think the Kansas City Chiefs, right, and then you had the Eagles, right. We know that the eagle is Rome, right? So this is all spiritual. This is all a game, and it was very good performance. They had this guy Kendrick Lamar at the halftime, and they had the Indians perform. They had our people. They had them performing, right? It says Mardi Gras Indians, Mardi Gras Indians, right? So these are the tribe of Reuben, Gad, all mixed up together, right? And they know that they don't know that they're Israelites, but they know that they're the Indians, So I'm gonna get a couple scriptures, but let's play this quick. Let's play this.
Bringing us home to Mardi Gras. Let the good times roll. It's the incredible Harry Connick Jr., accompanied by Leroy Jones, Freddie Lonzo, and the Spirit of New Orleans Gospel Choir. Now, if you go to New Orleans, you got to go to the Mardi Gras. You go to New Orleans, you got to go to the Mardi Gras. Y'all see that Mardi Gras? Somebody can show you what carnival for. I'm gonna show you how to dance now. Come on. Come on, y'all. Live like you live. Live like you play. Big parade. Get out the way. Brother Lou. He won't down. Get hard and wish it well. Come on, joyful. Welcome to New Orleans. And welcome to Super Bowl 59.
So yeah, that was their performance, and this is the scripture. All right, the prophecy of Genesis 49, and I'll start at 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourself together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. So we're in the last days right now, right? And Jacob, he prophesied, the last days. We're in the last days. Gather yourself together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. All right, though. So this is basically the five civilized tribes that was here in the Americas. All right, so let's play this. This is off of the Gemini, the AI. So let's play this quick.
The five civilized tribes is a term used to refer to five Native American nations in the southeastern United States: the Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Muskogee, Creek, and Seminole. These tribes were considered civilized by European Americans because they had adopted many aspects of European culture, such as written language, agriculture, and centralized governments. However, this designation was also used to justify the forced removal of these tribes from their ancestral lands in the 1830s, a tragic event known as the Trail of Tears. Despite the hardships they faced, the five civilized tribes have maintained their distinct cultures and identities and continue to be important contributors to American society.
That's right. So they know who they are. That's why they're performing at the Super Bowl in their attire, right? So let's play this. This is these are some beautiful costumes. This is our people, right? These are the Indians, right? Known as the tribe of Reuben, Gad's mixed up. No, um, says the Mardi Gras Indians, also known as the Black Mass Indians or Maskers, are African American carnival revelers. It says like revelers in New Orleans, Louisiana, known for their elaborate suits and participating in the Mardi Gras. The Mardi Gras Indian subculture emerged during the era of the slavery from West Africa, African Caribbean, and Native American cultures practice. The Mardi Gras Indians traded, like that's why they have the whole caravana every year in Toronto, Brooklyn, right? And but they're celebrating this whole bacchanal and all that stuff, But this thing at the Super Bowl was very they're doing a lot of things. They're chatting a lot of energy because you have the Indians, which is our people, and it's a whole mess. No, Trump was there at the Caesars Stadium. So a lot of enchantments, man. A lot of things going on, and it's just it's the Indians against Rome, right? The Chiefs against the Eagles, So it's like um it's a whole mess, This is a whole spiritual fight that we're fighting. So it says the Mardi Gras Indian traded. It said the Mardi Gras Indians. It's a tradition developed as form of culture renaissance. Sorry, like Renaissance, when traditional African religion were banned and black people could not gather in public or wear masks. Right? Their assistive serve as an exploration of their culture, religion, and spiritual. The tradition of the mass derived from the West African mass ceremony in individual took on the role of God or spirit. Right? Also a whole bunch of tradition, right? Because let's read this. Some Mardi Gras Indian mass as the Native American allies who shielded their ancestors during the slavery. Other mass as Orisha spirits of the Yoruba religion, or as the spirit of the dead, as such as the Skull and Bones gang. Right, so it's a whole melting pot over there, Louisiana. They're into a lot of witchcraft. They're into secret societies, so it's a whole mess. And a lot of them, a lot of them were actually living, right? Um, Going back to during the time of even before Mansa Musa, I think his name Abu Bakr, and they came to the Americas. They came to Central America and the South, right? And they traded because they had a lot of gold. They had a lot of gold mines over there in Mali, and they came to the New World and they traded, you know. Um, so it's a whole melting pot. It's a whole melting pot. But there's a thing I was looking at. Because they're into a lot of witchcraft and a lot of obia, witchcraft, voodoo. They're into all that stuff. They're into the roots, and they call it roots or voodoo and all this shit, right? You guys should be learning as to who you are, to which tribe you are, which spirit, which you guys should be, learning as to who you are. All right. Let me get the scripture. Second Esdras 13, verse 40, and Salakia. Yeah, because there's the tribes. Yeah, let's put this. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Salakia. Salakia. Because there's so much information. I will share this link in the description. Let's look at this. The tribes. I just the tribes. One moment. It says Mardi Gras Indians organize in a group known as the tribes or gangs. Typically, they identify by tribes name rather than as Mardi Gras Indians or Black Mask Indians. Scholars have described the Mardi Gras Indian tribe as spiritual secret society, mutual aids organization, and social clubs. Groups named are influenced by the street names, ancestry, and imported culture figures. For example, some Black American in New Orleans descended from Senegalese or Mandinga people in West Africa, and others have some Native American ancestry. So a lot of even before the transatlantic slave trade, a lot of our people, even before Columbus, they came to the New World, right? From West Africa, from Mali, and Mandinga, those regions, um, Ghana, right? Because they came with a lot of gold. That's why Ghana, their chiefs, right, of their society, they have a lot of gold, because they have a lot of gold mines. That's why Esau, he takes their resources, and that's what he does. Some Senegalese or Mandinga people in West Africa and other have some Native American ancestry. The tribes with the Seminole in their name develop stories of enslaving people who escaped slavery, right? So these are the Seminole Indians. Some of them were free, right? Or they were known as Moranos. They were runaway. They were unruly, right? And they had their own society and found refuge in the Seminole Nation. Plain Indian named Plain Indian name may be inspired by depicted of Native Americans in popular culture. During parades, some tribes are identified by their masks. The seven ward criminal Creole hunters, seven ward hard headers. Right, it goes into then it says the Apache hunters, black Cherokee, right? So Cherokee, the black eagle, the black feathers, the black hawks, the black mohawk, the black Seminoles, right? You know, there's a whole melting pot, man. So you got the scripture, Second Esdras, um, Second Esdras 13 verse 40. These are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king of whom Samnazar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. So came they into another land. So basically, after the fall of, basically after the kingdom of when Yahweh Shai, when King Solomon was on the scene, he basically his kingdom was split because he rebelled against certain laws, statutes, and commands. So the Lord he split his kingdom, and that's why there's many wars with the tribe of the house of Judah and then the house of Israel. There's many wars, and basically the Assyrians they enslaved like the northern tribes, and they went to Assyria, right, 722 BC, and they took them counsel among themselves that they should leave the multitude of the heathen and go further into another country where never mankind dwelt. So there's the further into another country where no man dwelt, where when basically when um when King Solomon was on the scene, right? You had the Haram Abif, you had the Phoenicians, right? Um, and they had ships, right, from Tarshish, and they would go to the New World, um, basically every uh, every 3 years. They would go and get a lot of supplies and go and go back to Jerusalem, right? Because this was the pact that King David and King Solomon had, right? So they knew that that there was a lot of wealth, there are a lot of things in the New World known as North America, Caribbean, Central America, South America, all right? Because they were already going back and forth, that they might keep the statues which they had never kept in their own land. All right, so this is when they were, after when they were being led away, they tried to keep the laws, right? Like when they came back to the New World, and they entered into the Euphrates by a narrow passage of the river, so the Euphrates River. For the Most High then showed the signs and held still the flood till they were passed over. So basically, the South America through that region, they had like a very heavy tide. So the Lord he basically held still the flood. For through the country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. The same region is called Asareth, which means new land, right? So basically, known as Canada or Canaan, right? Um, America, Central America, right? It was known as Asareth, which means new land. They dwelt there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come. So this is when Yahweh Shai, sorry, like this is when, um, basically during the time when they were like certain West Africans, right? Like um what's the name of the guy's name? Like Mansa Musa. Like before the guy's name is Abu Bakr, and he came to the New World, and he came with a fleet of ships and a lot of gold and merchandise, and they came to the New World, and then basically you know during like 1619, that's when a lot of our people was being translated. Our people were being were basically being kidnapped and being brought to the Americas, against their will as slaves, right? So let's play this quick.
Bringing us home to Mardi Gras.
Slovakia.
Culture to the world. A New Orleans woman is doing just that by being the first hometown artist to handcraft both the Super Bowl logo and theme art. And she's showcasing a central part of Mardi Gras.
So yeah, our people are very talented, man. She's able to sew. Our people are excellent sewers, man. So some of our people are some of our people that you know that a lot of our people some of our people is gonna be saved, because they have good skills, right? um some of you women are gonna be saved just for childbearing, man. you know
Russo shows us her talent. By day, 26-year-old Queen Tosh is a cybersecurity expert, but it's her passion that has gotten her national attention. Each year, bead by bead, she spends over 40 hours a week creating her black masking Indian suit as Queen of the Golden Eagles Mardi Gras Indian tribe. She's known for her intricate beadwork, even being featured on one of the covers of Essence magazine in 2024. It's no surprise the major leagues called on her for help. I like to make a funny joke that the NFL slid in my DMs. The NFL design team asked Queen Tosh to create both theme art and the logo for Super Bowl 59. She knew she wanted to showcase a part of New Orleans culture from a perspective that the public doesn't always get to see. When people think about New Orleans, they think about the French Quarter, and all of that definitely is New Orleans. But I think sometimes people forget that we have the second line culture, the brass band culture, the baby doll culture, skull and bone gangs, black masking Indians, and I just wanted that to shine through. Using vibrant colors and digging deep into her cultural connections, much like her suits, she wanted the Super Bowl art to tell a story. I mean, since a kid, this is all I've ever known. We grow up going to second lines every Sunday and can't wait, and you're sleeping next to whatever outfit you plan on wearing for that particular second line, waking up to go see the big chief that comes out of your neighborhood every year. And I just wanted everyone to get those feelings that I used to get as a child looking at New Orleans culture. Blending the black masking tradition with a creative spin. Not only is Queen Tosh preserving history, she's also making history. It definitely is a huge honor. Again, I'm still just trying to put it all into perspective because, I mean, how do you talk about history? How do you, especially when you're a part of it? I mean, this is definitely a moment that's going to live with me forever. For the big game in the Big Easy, I'm Amy Russo.
Yeah, man. So she's very talented. Our people are very talented, man. So that's why in the kingdom, a lot of our women are gonna be. So a lot of them are. Some of these women are already black women. They're already good sewers. You know. I know a couple. I met a couple in my life. while I'm messing with a couple of these black women, some of them are good sowers. So our kingdom's gonna be decked out. You know, let's get Joshua 4. I can make it low. Joshua 4 and 12. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh passed over the armed before the children of Israel, and Moses spoke unto them. Right. So this is when Moses was gonna go, when they're gonna get the land. So before Moses passed, you had Joshua, because Moses he didn't pass, he didn't go over, he wasn't able to see the promised land because he passed. But basically, that Joshua, he basically he parted the lots. He gave all the tribes their lot of lot of land. And the 4,000 prepared for war passed over before the Lord unto the battle, the plain of Jericho. On that day the Lord magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him as they feared Moses all the days of his life. So, Reuben, Gad, Manasseh, they're very strong, man. And they were in the Americas, right, for thousands of years, from 722 BC. Right, so over 3,000 years, almost 4,000 years, right? Yeah, man. So this is pretty much it. This is Mardi Gras Indians at the Super Bowl 2025, and this is my 2 cents. Right, there's a lot of hidden meanings with this whole Super Bowl, with their whole gematria and their whole spells, what they're putting on the people. And this is all about Jacob and Esau. It's all about Rome. Rome against the chiefs, against the Indians. you know that's what they're trying to do. It's a whole mind fuck, basically, man. So that's pretty much it. So with that, let us say our praise duty. Hawa, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, the one to pass of great milestone, peace and better elect, shalom.